In the last episode of Minecraft but XP expands the world border, I started like this, with only one block of space, but facing some challenges and a lot of XP later, I was able to increase it. But the problems didn't end there, they were about to begin. At the end of the last video, my hunger was increasing and something unusual happened, which made me think that someone was inside my world. Guys, you heard? At first I was a little suspicious, but I quickly realized it was just a bug. Man, I thought Herobrine was going to take me, let me tell you, man. Out of nowhere, someone setting fire. Yeah, it's just probably a bug. I hope so. I headed straight for my cave, but I had to turn back because a fat creeper was blocking the way down. Nah guys, wait a second, we have a creeper here. The explosion opened my mind and it reminded me that it didn't make sense to go mining with a full inventory, so I crafted a chest to put my items in. At this point, I was almost starving without food, and I had no way to get it. I heard a lot of mobs, but at this point, any simple battle could be fatal, so I did my best to avoid it. Luckily for me, I found the only thing that could solve my problem: iron. And it was a good amount of it. I decided to go down a bit further, and I ended up finding my old mine with my plantation. Sadly, there was nothing to collect, so I went back to the surface. I immediately put the iron to smelt to follow the strategy I created in the last episode, which consisted of getting shears and using them to get leaves, and using leaves to make bone meal. But at this point, none of my trees grew. The only option was to wait, but in the meantime, I decided to build a small shelter, which turned out very well. When the first tree grew, I immediately collected the leaves and put them in a composter, and it really worked. I got my wheat, and with 3 of it, I could make a bread. But something stopped me. I saw an animal for the first time, and it was very close to my area, but sadly the cow left, and I went to collect the rest of the leaves. Wait a second, I heard something. Oh guys, we got it! Oh my god, man. A zombie appeared at the precise moment I was bringing the cow, but at the end I managed to catch it. Stay here. Okay guys, we got a cow. We got a cow. Man, wait a sec. I just got a cow right now. Delicious. I was about to go to destroy the tree, but I heard some phantoms above me. And for some reason, I was forced to be a cow because I had 4 hearts and a hope for a better future. I ended up having no choice and sleeping with my cow. When I woke up, 2 of my trees grew. And at this point, trees were food for me. But I remembered one detail. If I eat all the leaves, I won't get any saplings. With all this, I just got 2 bone meal. For some reason, a lot of mobs were spawning in my cave, but I got food and XP from them, and I reached level 10. I decided to improve my surface by removing some dirt. One of my trees grew, and I decided to try to get a sapling, but guess what? I got nothing. I just wasted the leaves. I used the bone meal and I ended up only getting 1 bread. It was enough to eat a zombie sandwich, which even gave me a good amount of health. But the blue chickens were back and my cow was already waiting for me. I tried to get one of them, but I ended up losing the hearts that I took so long to obtain. This is so risky. I just waited for the day to watch them burn. Go away. Go away. I was about to go mine, but on my way down I found a skeleton, which gave me bones, and I made bone meal. And with it alone, I managed to make bread, which regenerated almost all my hearts. In the cave, I didn't have many ways to get XP, so I had the brilliant idea of building a mob trap, but in a different way, because I was a bit lazy, and that was the reason why late in the video I almost lost my world twice. I just opened a wide space with a hole in the middle with some trapdoors, and I even built a small place to kill the mobs. I made some stairs up to the cave, I checked and closed the mob trap, and now I just needed to move away. After 2 minutes I was back and some mobs had already spawned, which made me happy, but there was a problem. I couldn't get the loot, so I had to open a wider space. I checked the farm and I noticed I didn't have much space for mobs to spawn, so I started digging. When I finished, I quickly left and I went to visit the surface. When I was reaching the top, I saw a sheep, but it ran away. But when I least expected, it came back, and I immediately put it together with my cow. I got some wheat and I noticed my plantation was kinda small, so I decided to increase it. And after that, it was getting dark, so I spent all the wool to make a bed, and for the first time I had a chance to sleep. First time sleep. Oh, serious, man? Wait a second. I gotta go to the... the corner of the world to sleep out of the border. The border expanded and I had access to cocoa. I decided to make a small farm, but at the time I had no idea what I could do with it, so I kinda ignored it. My hunger bar was decreasing, so I decided to spend everything I had to make some bread. And after that, was time to go back to the caves. I was getting closer to my trap and I could hear thousands of mobs, which made me very happy. As I got closer, I immediately realized that the mobs weren't trapped, but I was. Oh my god, this is my farm. I can't believe. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, guys, something's going wrong here. I still had some food and I managed to regenerate my health, and I tried to destroy the skeleton, but it wasn't easy as I expected. Oh my god, man, that was close. I went down again, but this time I tried to get there from the other side. I started digging around and I heard mobs dying, which meant that my mob trap was completely full. Too many entities per block. I gotta figure out another way. I can't do this, man. What the... And after my third time almost dying, I decided to abandon the cave for now. At this point I only had alpha heart and no food. My only option was to use leaves to make bone meal, and with that I would get wheat and make bread. I was chilling with 3 hearts when I saw another cow in the distance, but after a while it decided to join me. But with that there was a problem. My shelter was too small, so I decided to make it bigger. In order to have infinite food, I just needed some wheat to increase the amount of cows. To make it easier and faster, I increased my plantation as much as I could. After that I just had to wait, so I went to decorate my animals' shelter. I even decided to increase the outdoor space so my sheep could eat grass for the first time in a while. Look at the animals so happy. My friend, man, my shelter is beautiful. Let me tell you, man. I was in a desperate situation, so I decided to take a look at cocoa, and I discovered that with just 2 wheats I could get 8 cookies. I had my breakfast and I went to produce wheat. I got a good amount of bone meal, I gave some food to my cows, and after that I still got enough wheat to make cookies. Man, I can't believe, man, I spent a ton of wheat with bread, but I could have made cookies. I ended up collecting more wheat and making more cookies, and after all that, I finally had almost all my health back. My strategy was to gear up myself to try to face the mob's cave. So I added up to my second mine, and after a few blocks I found some coal, which made me end up level 14. Further ahead in the mine I found gold, but I couldn't do anything because I didn't have an iron pickaxe. Even further ahead in a mine in a deep slate I found what I was searching for: iron. I immediately put the iron to smelt to make a chestplate to protect myself. For my luck I found my old mine, but this time it was full of food. I collected everything, but I had to focus on getting armor, so I made some pickaxe and I started mining. And I even found 2 diamonds, but I still didn't have enough iron for a pickaxe. I mined around, but I didn't find anything else, so I decided to change the mining location. After some time I found gravel, which can be quite annoying, but with the torches everything could be easier. And I was able to open a bigger space with less effort, and thanks to that I found more iron. And I kept doing this, and I found even more. And after all this work it was time to make my armor, and I was missing the helmet, but at least I managed to make a pickaxe. When I was back digging I managed to find more iron, which allowed me to finish my armor. I'm officially full iron, my friend, with cookies on my hands. I went back to the place where I found my first diamonds, and on my way back to the surface I collected all the gold. And my pickaxe broke at the exact moment after everything was ready. My inventory was all messed up and I had a great idea to deal with it: building a house. But first I prepared some chests to clean my inventory. I started gathering some materials and some cookies, and for some reason I had an idea of putting a tree on top of my animal's house, but after a while it turned out perfect. After destroying all the trees, I was ready to move forward with the construction. I started by building the pillars, I built some basic cobblestone walls, I finished the pillars with some stripped logs, I ate some cookies, and I changed the entire floor to deep slate. The walls of my house were ugly, but this last detail changed everything. I didn't have sand to make less, so I used gates and fences for the windows. Now the hardest part, the roof, which didn't go very well at first. So, what the hell is this, guy? Guys, I'm trolling, man. I promise, man, I know how to build. Guys, I needed to take a break because there's a storm out there and I'm not gonna lose everything because of a lightning. During the night the cows made a lot of noise, so I decided to put an end to the conversation. I put some food to cook while I move on with the roof. I made some deep slate edges and I completed the roof with wood and some details. And after 2 hours of building, I think the result was pretty good. Man, look at this house. This looks incredible. I had no idea this would be so beautiful like this, man. I'm impressed with myself. Yo, man. This is actually good. Look. But inside the building there was nothing yet. I made a second floor, but it wasn't so good, so probably I will change it in the next episode. But for the outside I made a kitchen with a lot of furnaces. And I even crafted a lot of chests for my storage room. Guys, this is my house inside, man. Look at it, I think it turned up pretty well. Now I just needed to organize all my loot, which was pretty quick to do because I didn't have much loot. After all this work, I ended up making some cookies to enjoy the house. And I gave something to my cows too. For now, the house is good, but later I will have more details. But now I had something important to do. I was ready to face the mob cave. Guys, I'm opening the cage right now. Man, I can hear a lot of them. You know what? I can't go back. I can't go back. They must be around here, man. Oh my god, I found them.